Psalm 34. We're revealing the first writer's formats in all Psalms. And we're going to get started with 34 here as soon as I find it. And that's what it looks like. And you can see it's got a few added words. Oops. Lights. Now it's going to get a little warm in here, but the object is we can go down here and start. And I'll get just rid of that to start with. I will bless YV. You can't do that, idiot. Idiot, that can't be happening. You cannot, there's no way you can bless YV, okay? At all times. At all times. His praise continue. YV at all times. My praise. My praise for you. My praise for you. I don't know if I should start out like that. YV at all times. YV at all times, my praise for you will continually be in my mouth. Let's see if I can get this up here a second. Okay. Sorry, I've got a new way of I'm trying to copy them over from another. I went and put all of the Psalms on one list, and then I was working on the text, and somehow I erased stuff, and I got stuck with this, and now I've got 150 of them to clean up like that on the big front end. Sorry, it's my bad. YV at all times, my praise for you will continue. My mouth will make its boast. My mouth will boast. NYV. That's what happens when you put his real name in there. They've distorted it by putting two titles in there. Boast in God. That's probably what they had. Boast in God. Well, you can't boast in YV. My mouth will continue My mouth will boast of you. That are weak, not humble, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Yes, I do. I just seen the words in the parentheses, and I got rid of those. Those are added, said from another text, and we know that these aren't all Psalms from David, and I don't care I have to go through and try to tell each one of those. You should just know that. Hold on, there it is. The poor, the afflicted, are afflicted will hear. And I'm thinking that our captives will hear is what I'm really thinking. I'm going to put that our slash captive or hyphen yellow will hear and rejoice. That are afflicted will hear and rejoice. And I'm just seeing how he's doing to see if I need to split that in half. And I'm thinking that these are going to be long verses. Magnify with me. So, wow. Magnify. You can't magnify. Boast with me. Boast with me, and let us exalt his name together. Boy, there's so many words here for this word magnify. Grow highly, reared, vaulted, great, lift up, grown up, great things, greater and large, exalt, exalted, used as boast once. I don't know. But since boast is used here, I'm going to use boast. Boast with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought YV. For I sought. For I inquired, looked, required, searched, sought 18 times, seek 54 times. Let us exalt his name, seek YV. For his calls up only once, consulted twice. That's no real help. Let us exalt his name together. For I sought YV. I sought from YV. I guess sought from YV. And he answered me. And delivered me from all my fears. I don't know about that, but they looked to him and were radiant. They looked to him and they were radiant. Their faces will never be ashamed and wouldn't be there. And delivered from me from all my fear. He answered me and delivered me from all my fears. That looks like up here. They looked to him and were radiant. Their faces they looked to him and were radiant. Their faces will never be ashamed. This poor man cried out. And YV heard him. A poor man. If you're telling the story, a poor man cried out, and YV heard him and saved him not out, but from not and saved him from his troubles. The angel of YV encamped. The angel of YV. That's not true. YV sends his angel. The angel of YV encamps around those who fear him. YV encamps around those fearing him. Now this is, I'm just trying to find his style of writing. YV encamps around those fearing him. And rescues them. That seems like it's just added at the end for some other reason, because it really doesn't, It's wanting to do this, but that doesn't make sense. Test and see, taste and see that YV is good. Oh boy, okay, all you Christians out there, explain that to me. Oh boy, now we know that this guy's a nut, okay? Taste and see that YV is good. How blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. Oh, fear YVU, his saints. Taste and see that YV is good, okay? Now we know that's an added verse, so we'll just get rid of that idiocy right now. Maybe it's all should be taken just as garbage, but let's see what happens here. How blessed is man? How blessed is man who takes refuge in him? Fear YV. Fear YV, his saints. Fear YVU, his people. For those who fear him, there is no want. Young lions do not lack and suffer hunger. The young, it would be your young, if I'm trying to make something out of this, or see if they changed, because lions doesn't mean a damn thing here. Your young will not lack. Well, let's get rid of that. Your young, I forgot what, let's see. Do not lack, okay. That's what it says. Your young will not lack nor suffer hunger. This is going to be another one where it's kind of going to be my psalm after it's done. Nor suffer hunger. That's just repeating, will not be in want of anything, of any good thing. For those who fear him, there is no want. Your young will not lack or suffer hunger. This is just a doubling of the text. It's not needed. Come huge. To add this, get rid of that, get rid of that. to me, children. Whoops. Come to me, children, listen to me. I will teach you. I will teach you to fear YV. Trying to think if that's the verse or not. Come to me. Come to me, children, listen to me. I will teach you to fear YV. Who is the man who is the man? Who is man? Desires life and loves long length of days. Boy, would they love the long length of days. Even when they're adding, they aren't adding correctly. That's goofy talk. Who is man who is man who desires life and loves his days, loves his days, loves their days. Days. Who loves their days to see their goodness. That this is going to be the word they. That they love the they don't need to may see anything. Who is man? Who is man? Who is the person? Who is the person that desires life, loves? Who is the person that desires life? Question mark. They love their days. They love their days because they see their good. Because they see good. Okay, good. 66 times happiness once, gracious once, pleasant once, beautiful 11 times. So what does the word see? Oh boy. Looked 60 times, saw 311, see 407. So I think the word see is going to be there. They love their days, for they see good. for they see his goodness. I would say his goodness. Okay, who is the person that desires life? They love their days, for they see his goodness. I like that better. I don't know what that guy was trying to say by tasting tasting Wyvie. It makes you some of the stuff that we're finding here in Psalms has got to make you laugh a little bit. Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit, that you depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. Depart from evil. That would be a 3 verse there, if it needs to be. The eyes of Wyvie are towards the righteous. His ears, oops. His ears hear their cry. The eyes. This needs to be over here. And then, because I'm moving it, Wyvie's eyes are towards the righteous. Wyvie's eyes are towards the righteous, and here's their cry. Wyvie's face is again, it would have to be like this. Wyvie's face is Wyvie's face isn't against the evildoers. Wyvie's face Wyvie is against evildoers. Why get it too fast here? Wyvie is against evildoers, to cut off the memory of them from earth. No, he is allowing everyone to live forever. There's a lot of evil going on, and he has not cut them off or cut off the memory of them from the earth. So Wyvie is against the evildoer. Memory of them. Well, depends what's going on here. I'm just looking to see how many 4 verse we have. 4 verse. 4 verse, 4 verse, 4 verse. That's a 4 verse. That would be a 4 verse. Why these eyes are towards the righteous, his ears hears, his ear hears, his ear hears. I don't think the S needs to be here. And his ear hears their cry. YV is against the evildoer. Cry and YV hears and delivers them out and delivers them from, I think this is from the verse above. This is a repeat. So what did I do up here? Where is it? Saves him out of all his troubles. Towards the righteous, and here hears their cry. This is a repeat, so it doesn't really need to be there. Why is near to the broken-hearted, saves those who are crushed in spirit. I'm not sure. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but why he delivers them out of all of them. He keeps all his bones. Not one of them is broken. Now that would be, we know, because that might be Jesus here. Evil will slay the wicked. Evil will slay the wicked. And those who hate evil, he will slay. Those who hate righteousness, and those hating who's righteous. Because you got to understand, righteous is only tied to our Creator because we're obeying our Creator. So his righteous would be those that are obeying him. So, and those hating his righteous will be condemned. We will redeem. Will redeem the souls of his servants, and none of those who take refuge in him will be condemned. At all times my praise for you will continue. My mouth will boast of you. That our captive will hear it and rejoice. Boast with me, and let us exalt his name together. For I sought YV, and he answered me. For I sought YV, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked to him and were radiant. Their faces were never ashamed. There's nothing here to connect it, even though they seem to hook. So they looked to him and were radiant. Their faces will never be ashamed. That doesn't go with the verses ahead, verses below, so, but it could go someplace else. These are just pieces. I'm seeing pieces. Are you seeing pieces? Why at all times my praise for you will continue. My mouth will boast of you, and our afflicted will hear and rejoice. And I done, because a humble is to be humble towards our Creator. So this, they don't, if you only need to be humble, but when you're rejoicing for our Creator, you would too, you better praise and shout, or you better boast. So the humble can't be here. Our captive will hear it and rejoice, because our afflicted, even if our afflicted, that still wouldn't make sense if I put afflicted. But captive will hear it and rejoice. Boast with me and exalt his name forever. Well, we look to him. Because I'm trying to put captives, they will hear it. And he's boasting how he has been delivered. Now let them look to him. Will hear it and rejoice. Now they look to him, because they rejoiced when they heard it. Now they look to him, and they will never be ashamed, and their faces will never show shame, be shamed, and their face. Now they look to him, and their faces will never. Now they look to him, and their faces are unashamed. Our faces are. Their faces have to show. So their faces are unashamed. I'm going to put unashamed. Oops. Let's see. Unashamed are unashamed. Let's see if that's even a word. Hey, it is. Okay. So by adding the word on here, gets rid of that, and their faces will be unashamed. Whoops, yep. And their faces will be unashamed. Okay. Let YV hear them and save them from their troubles. Let's see, a poor man cried out, but let's get rid of this, because now we got the subject as the captives, because it just makes sense that he's boasting and they're hearing him, and now, like him, they now look to him, and their faces will be unashamed. Now they look to him, and their faces are unashamed. I know I'm cleaning this up just a little bit more than I wanted to, but I think what I'm seeing here is the only way to correct this would be because I'm correct here with the word captive. Because now their faces are unashamed. For YV will hear them and save them from their troubles. Now YV will. Now, if you're in captivity, and if it's your brother that's in captivity, you would know that they have to have hope. So the one that who's boasting that he has been saved, now YV heard them. Now YV, because they've turned to him, and now because they look to him, meaning they are seeking I guess now they seek him, and their faces are on. Now they look to him, and faces are unashamed. Now YV hears them. Maybe I better check the time to see. 43 minutes. Boy, it's only 20 verses. And save them from their troubles. For YV and camps. For YV and camps around those fearing him. For YV and camps around. For YV and camps around those fearing him. That he may rescue them. That he not may, he will. He rescues them. Whoops. But that word does not write. For YV and camps around those fearing him. YV and camps around those fearing him. He will rescue them. I want to say this. Now he will rescue them. Let's continue because I'm trying to put those two together to have 4. That's what I went looking for here was 4, 4, 4, 4, and then got to this crap here. Here's, yes, why would the evil doer towards the righteous, his ears hear their cry. But YV is against and his ears hears their cry. But YV, I want to say, use that just as a hook to continue, but YV is against the evildoers to cut off their memory. To cut off the memory of them. To cut off the memory of them. Life is near to the broken heart, those who have crushed in spirit. Many are afflicted, not the righteous, but YV delivers them audible. And keeps their bones, not one was broken. Evil will slay the wicked. This just doesn't make sense. It doesn't continue with what's going on above. I'm not seeing it. I'm not hearing it when I'm reading. When you read it and you say it, it's kind of like you've got to change the direction. But he doesn't say those who are crushed in spirit. Because I'm thinking of the word saves means to bring forth for freedom. I mean, I'm still trying to relate to that captivity. Is near to the brokenhearted, but evil can have a brokenhearted, so that's not really so. So this here, it's just not reading to here. We have to have something relating to the righteous. But the afflicted of the righteous, maybe delivers them. Let's see this one here. That's not right, but that might be from someplace else. That could be the same thing there. Evil will slay the wicked. I don't know. And those hating his righteousness will be condemned. It was against the evildoer, he'll cut off the memory of them. After he's done the cutting off the memory of them, don't need the words condemn. This is not part of this story. But yeah, I don't see these even being connected because they're too long. They're almost like sentences being added, especially like evil will slay the wicked. Who's writing that? Yeah, we know this is true. But condemned, that isn't being said by a good writer or a good scribe. I mean, if you're writing these as words from kings or priests, someone who is of note of power, whoops. you wouldn't be saying it that way. I mean, there's just, that just doesn't sound right. I mean, this doesn't need to be here. Double 2 1. Control copy. Get rid of this one. But I think we do have the format here that's enough to say done with this. I did cut up those verses pretty small too. That might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Needs a good going over. Putting it into 2 columns. I'm going to reduce it to something like, boy, can I just tap that just a little bit to even them up and have it something like that. Although, how come this is a, oh, okay. Sorry, when the text starts splitting, it's because it's a middle of a page. Because now I need to go like this and chase that so it's over here. And now I have, it looks right. That's the better one to take. Bring it down. And you can take a screenshot if you want, but the other the answer here is we have the format here. You might argue with about the word captive. I can see that you might do that, but you have to understand where that's coming from on this side. I'm trying to place the text someplace here. Where would I place it? It has to be after the captive. I mean, you got to remember Israel was taken away, and we know that these aren't in any order to say that David wrote these, and these are things you sing. Especially, what was that word? What was that one? Where is it? Taste and see that YV is good. Now there, Christians, don't tell me every word in the text is true. I gotta save that one. That one I'm going to say, where is this? Oh boy, I want to post that, see how many I can make. Wake up and say, hey, it's time you wake up. See, okay, that's verse 8, 34:8. Okay, I'm going to write that down, but that's the end of this one. See you on the next one. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing here.